Hi everyone. Um, I wanted to come on today and show you two more real simple quilled flowers. I did go and get this shape board, I guess is what you would call it. In the description box down below, there will be a link so that you can see more about it. I hope. Um, the the This board has cork to the back of it, so you can actually pin things into it if you want. I did get out a quilting pin and I just washi taped it right there so that I have it if I want it. So far I haven't used it, but that I'm still learning about things. I really wanted it for the circles. Now, here's why I got this instead of the littler, less expensive um, ruler. The ruler has holes all the way through. So if I'm sitting and watching a video or something like that, um, using it is not as easy. You kind of need a tabletop to use it, where this I can use in my lap. It has about an eighth of an inch drop. Let me see if I can show it to you. See, right? It actually is like a well. So, and it has a backing, so it works where it's sitting on my lap instead of just um, having to be set on the table all the time. And I have found that making parts and pieces, not necessarily gluing the flowers together or doing anything like that, but making the parts and pieces when I'm watching videos it works real well. So I thought I would show you how I've been using it. Like I said, I am still learning a lot about this quilling thing, and I'm just making little pieces. I really just want to make little things that I can put on my use as embellishments. So they can't be real thick. They have to be just the one thickness, and they have to be fairly sturdy. Once these little flowers dried from last time, they're pretty sturdy. They're going to need to be have some glue on the back of them when I glue them down. But you can see they're not terribly thick, and they should hold up okay. They'll get squished a little bit, but a lot of embellishments are like this. So I'm real pleased with how they're coming out. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Um, I have some bling to put on top of it, but I'm also going to be getting one of these little boxes out to store my little flowers in. So I've already made a bunch of pieces, but I thought I would show you how to make this board before we make the little, how to use this board before we make the little things. And a couple of tricks that I have found um, along the way. Let me bring it in just a little more. I'm actually only going to be using these circles right here. And, oops, I didn't put the pin back in my glue. That's not going to be good. There we go. One of the things that happened in the last playing session is that I got a very nasty paper cut on my finger. And so I realized I was trying to hold the paper way too tight. So I have learned to ease off that just a little bit and not try to get it real tight for all the circles. Besides that, it seems that if you get it too tight, they don't open up as fully and nicely as if you didn't. So I have just been not holding everything quite as tight. But this little board really makes it nice. I just pop it down in there, and then I take my tweezers and I grab the last two outside layers. I hope you can see that. I just get hold of these outside two layers, and when I pick it up I can hold it, and you see my little tails right there. Let me There you go. I can put my glue on the little tail. And I can push it down, and I sometimes have to readjust. But I can hold my little piece of paper down while I put my pin back in my glue bottle. And by then it's ready to sit down, and I can go on to the next one. And like I said, don't try to hold it quite so tight that you get yourself a paper cut. See what happens when you sit it down, it just unrolls itself, which is really, works really well. Now, this time the little tail's down here, so I have to reach in and grab the last couple of rows. And hold it. Now, this other one, this next piece I'm going to make in a smaller circle because it's going to be the center piece of a different kind of flower. So I am going to just wind it the same way. By the way, these are half pieces. The paper comes, just a minute, I'll show it to you. I just threw one on the ground. It comes long like this. I think they're 16 inches. And for the flowers I've been making, I've been cutting it in half. That's what the instructions said to do. I'm guessing if you cut it into thirds or smaller, it would be, they would make smaller flowers, things like that. So. But I really do like this board. I'm really glad that I didn't go with the less expensive ruler. Uh-oh. Okay. That was Tanya's fault. Gonna have to roll it back up again. Okay. Now I'll put it in the smaller hole. All right. Like I said, I'm just kind of glad I didn't go with the less expensive ruler because I know I would have been disappointed in the fact that the holes go all the way through it. So, okay, so now I'm going to move this out of the way. And I have this little circle. And honestly, having my Teflon mat right here is sometimes a really good thing because if, say like this one is misbehaving, I've been making the parts and pieces at my computer, but then I can come back and work over here to put them together. And now I have 5 little circles. This is a smaller circle and this is a little bit bigger one, and I can just put them together. And the nice thing about art glitter glue is that it does dry clear. So if I get a little bit in the wrong place, it's not a huge loss. Just need to hold them together for a few seconds, and then there we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and put a little blingy thing on the top because I want to. You wouldn't have to. You could just leave it like that, but I really like the little blingy things on them. Okay, so that one's made up of 5 larger circles and then 1 smaller circle. So now, yes, it's stuck to my table right there. Not a big deal. I'll just move it off to the side and clean up that. And now I'm going to work with this other one. And what I have is 8 little circles, and I am going to take these little circles and pinch them. Let me see if I can get it where you can see it. I'm just going to pinch them like that. Okay, and I'm pinching them pretty even. I'm not trying to make them in any special shape. I'm just kind of pinching them. So they may not be exactly the same shape each time. They're just close. Now, if these were green, they'd make cute little leaves. Now, I also have learned that when I'm putting things together, if I need to, I can put a little glue on my table like that, on my Teflon mat. And then I'm going to put glue like that. And on each one of these, I'm going to put glue on the side of it. Come on, get out of the way. Now, if I learned to use my tweezers better, I might find this easier. I'm not real good with tweezers. And notice I'm just putting it on one side because it's already on the other part of the flower. I might not need that 8th one. I might only need 7 from the looks of the size of it. Well, that's all right. 7 is fine. Now on this one, I'm going to put it on both sides because it's the last one to go in. And I want to get it right into the middle. 7's enough. So I didn't need the 8th one. That's okay. I'll use it for something else. I'll show you in a minute something I made with some extra pieces. Now I have a pinky one and I have a purpley one. I think we'll use I kind of think we'll use the pink one. Well, the purple one's going to be cut loose, so that's the one we're going to use. I cut it wrong. All right. Okay, now once again, I can move this. Now if I wait, it's probably better to wait to move that one just yet because it's still pretty wet. One of the things I've found is that I like to turn these over and just add a few little dots of glue around on it. It just helps to stabilize it. For right now. I mean, when I glue it down to a piece of paper, it's going to be glued down anyways, but seeing how I'm not gluing them down immediately, turning it over and adding a few little dots of glue helps. I'm just going to leave that upside down for right this minute. But so I had this little one left over. I don't have enough more of this color paper to make an entire flower because they only sent the kit only had like 4 pieces of each color. If I had multiple colors, I could just make another flower that color. But since this kit that I bought does not have enough of this kind of papers, I just took my extra little pieces from my other flowers I've been playing with and made a cute little, I don't know, it's just a little embellishment. And so there's always ways to use your little parts and pieces. So if you make a bunch of little parts and pieces that don't get used in a flower or don't get used in something you're making, there's probably something you can do with it down the road. So for right now, I hope you enjoyed watching how I did these. Let me turn this back over so you can see the pretty one. These new little flowers. Let me bring you away. And the shape board. I think this board and the circles especially, I may never use the rest of it. I don't know. But I will use this a lot. I've already used it a lot. But for now, I'm just going to say, go have fun. Make some art. Bye-bye.